Hello and welcome back. Today we're playing as Romania and we're turning on our light. So last episode what happened is we took Bosnia, son, and we also broke up Russia a little bit and we annexed Argentina. So just kind of, getting a little bit more powerful. We're going to unpause and talk about things, what we're kind of waiting for. Ooh, that is news. That is the newsiest news you can get right on unpausing a video. So I guess we're going to be fighting Great Britain this episode. What I was going to say is we're mainly focused on, taking the rest of this and forming the Danubian state. But I guess Great Britain wants a piece of this action. They want some of this heat. Well, let's take a quick look. Well, they're still minus 75 fearful, so Great Britain's involvement won't matter. And they only have 31 battalions. We're not going to raise any more battalions, and instead, I think we're going to try and clap Great Britain for something. This is wild that they have so few battalions. I mean, their economy is... You okay, Great Britain? Yeah, they didn't recover in the same way we did, which is why we got ejected from their market, because our GDP got bigger than theirs. But... for those of you who don't remember, we were inside of their market for a while, and then they had a civil war, and that's what this is about. And that greatly affected us because that's what this was about. But then we were about this life, and they were about, this dwindling life. I lack the patience to properly highlight it. So, we're going to try and see what we want to take off of them for their impudence here. Probably nothing that takes infamy. I don't think we want to really accrue very much infamy. So, it's probably just going to be, I guess... This is so wild. They're probably still back down. We're just going to unpause and try and figure out if there's any war goal we want. I guess it's going to be liberated countries. Oh, transfer subject would be big. Transfer British Raj. Just get completely, No. Transfer Canada is a decent one, though. I guess this is okay. Okay, so... Trugal States, I think, does get an amount of oil now in this new patch, so transferring them might be okay, but if they back down, we're going to get some infamy anyways, and we kind of don't want that. But Trugal States is small. So maybe well, let's see... Yeah, they're minus 75 fearful. This war's not going through. We'll just ask for war reps, I guess. And I guess liberate the British Raj. We're helping out Belarus here. Liberate Canada as well. I think I like that. I don't expect this war to go through, and then, yeah, with minus 75, they're just gonna back down. I wish we could unraise some of our guys to make them more or less likely to back down, but we can't. Unfortunately. But, so back to what we were talking about earlier with Austria, is we want to kind of keep an eye on when exactly our truce is up with them, which I think is soonish, 1906 in April, so it is soonish. And I guess we'll take a look and see if we can pull people into our customs union, or protectorate them. All the people we're bankrolling. We take on your... No, we can't take on your debt. Slovenia, we can't protectorate you. But we're kind of close, so we're just going to keep it up. Slovakia, no. Persia, I don't think they're in our customs union yet. Croatia, I think we have a truce. Brazil, we can just raw dog invite them, so we'll do that. And then we'll stop bankrolling them, because we're not gonna, I don't think we're gonna protectorate Brazil. Yeah, they have powerful protectors. We do have a customs union now. They're pursuing the borders. I think we just... Well, we can continue bankrolling them, I guess. Poland wants a trade agreement, sure. Because we're trying to pull them into our sphere anyways. If we were trying super hard, we would create a bunch of trade routes with them. We still might. Now let's see. Bohemia, we're amicable. We have a customs union. We can't protectorate them because of that, but I think we'll try and get them as friendly. We'll take another look. They are also friendly, but we don't have one. Transylvania, we're trying to hurt our relations with. This guy on this front. Oh, we can't reach the front. Oh, interesting. Oh well. And they back down. As predicted. Puche. Get rid of all this. We only want that in the home states. Do want to put the gold mines at the top of the queue. Let's see what they have in terms of infrastructure. Or how they're doing. They are not doing so well. Normally, they won't be doing so well because when you conquer a state, it's unincorporated and goes from incorporated territory to unincorporated, so there's that. Los Rios. Not sure where Banat is. Okay. So we're starting to bulk up our market. It really just looks like we're a giant mouth eating Austria at this point. But it is what it is. Probably gonna have to fix some PMs though. Just skimming through these, because I think we deleted all the non-rural buildings, but these ones we'll have to fix up. We don't want to use the oil PM. And I really wish this event was down here, but it is what it is. Don't want to turn on the chainsaws. Chainsaws just generally, yeah, the oil using PMs still just generally feel kind of rough. And like almost never worth it, unless they're actually just making more resources, which most of them don't. But even then, it's like, I don't know, oil gets expensive. Let's take a look at the market prices. I think we're importing some of this stuff. I mean, wine is just... It's because our people have an obsession with it. I think we're just going to primarily lean on importing here. I think we can puppet Mexico, so that's kind of why we chose Mexico over the other guys. Ottomans because we have an adjacency, and we do want to pull them into the market, and Russians kind of for similar reasons. And we are going to be able to start a war here soon, so we should probably get a look in for what would be good. I do want to top off some industries, or find some industries to expand here. Well, it looks like fish and lead are kind of good. We'll also import fish. Perfect. Let's go to, I guess. Tobacco. Again from Mexico. So let's try and see it get them into our customs union. We're gonna be doing a large volume of trade with them now. I'm gonna start bankrolling them. Whoa. Amazonian uprising. I'm pretty sure Brazil can just handle that. Oh, it looks like it's already... We weren't paying close enough attention when it popped anyways. So we will not be able to get to them, unfortunately, because we won't be able to get to the front. So we cannot help there. But we will start bankrolling Belarus. Hopefully Poland wins, and if not, hopefully the other one's kind of amicable, and we can get them into our customs union. Will you come in? You will? Perfect. So now we can bankroll Afghanistan, Khiva, and Kalat. And they will have a lot of opium. And so we will be able to start using the opium PMs for our military. Let's take a look now. Oh, something I forgot to mention is I did do a little looking into and testing out whether or not the conscription centers used goods in the interim, and it turns out they do use goods. A user told me they don't use goods as long as they're not raised, and if I turn on first aid, for example, I will start consuming opium in terms of, if I take a look here, and then, where is it? Goods for military buildings. I'm not spending any on opium. If I turn this on, I'll start spending on opium. I can show this. I think I have to wait for the Monday tick, but you can see that I'm now spending on fabric and opium, and I'm spending 200-ish, which is notably, you know, it's working its way up. It's like, I think it's roughly 10% of the price. I'm not sure exactly, but the point is the conscription centers, I'm not going to be using the conscripts, and so, let's see what this is about. We'll let them have their revolt. But I'm not going to be using the conscripts, or I'm going to be trying to avoid it, so... Well, we could help Prussia. We can't get to their fronts, unfortunately, actually. We couldn't help Prussia. We could help Radical Prussia. Try and get some friends. Do some trade with them. But I think we need to look for a war that's going to be useful for us. Now, it can't be a big, long war, because that... Do we have anyone we're damaging relations with where our relations are now no longer good? No, we don't. Just them, because we want to integrate them. So we could go after... Continue to try and get East Borneo by going after Bulagan, but if I recall correctly, Dutch East Indies... has their, like, their share in there. This isn't, there's no military access there. Could go after vassalizing one of these guys, but that's actually quite a bit of infamy. Could vassalize Bahrain, which does have a lot of oil. There isn't too much infamy. I think I'll do that, and I will just raise one army. Should be enough to make them back down, unless a great power helps them out. And then I think I will help Radical Prussia crush. Our government is mainly fits with the radical ideology, so their government will be similar to ours. And then I will, I guess, put this guy on one of these fronts, because I assume this war actually does pop off. Oops, some lag. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. Now we are running a little bit of a surplus, so I think I'm going to decrease taxes. And it's going to make us run a deficit, but that's really not too big a deal. I think I'm fine running a bit of a deficit for a while. And people will consume more. Our government will be more legitimate. Speaking of... Let's see what laws we can pass. And we get new parties. Okay. We want laissez-faire free trade. We got it. We do want to switch to Council Republic at some point, but not yet. I think we kind of actually just have everything we want, except for eventually we're switching off of wealth voting as well. Could switch now. The thing is I actually rather like the 100 authority we're getting. And the groups that we want to have be powerful are already powerful, so it's really not a big deal. We can stay on wealth voting, I think. So, there's all that. I think the ratio I was looking for, I don't really know what ratio is appropriate, but there is a ratio of like investment pool transfer to national revenue where you, Council Republic becomes best. And I'm not sure exactly what it is. Ottomans side with Bahrain. Kind of don't like that. Actually, we love that. That's perfect. Because, well, they're still minus 75 fearful, but we can make them revoke the claims that they have on us. So. And one of the reasons they don't like us is because they have a bunch of claims on our territory. If we make them revoke all those claims, they won't be as mad at us. So we will just set all of those, because we do want to get them into our market. Bosnia, son. You ever been to Bosnia? Alright. I think I'm good with this. Guess I should have thought a little bit more. Now, we are currently filling up the investment pool, and we actually want to be draining it because it's going to go away when we switch to Council Republic, so... that should do it, although that will make more government wages, so a little bit of a trade-off. Italy's damaging relations. No. Italy, please. God, we're so good about preemptively handling our things now. Alright. Oh, that's why Italy was mad at us. Prussia back down to radical Prussia. Hell yeah, brother. Can we be friends? Because our markets are now adjacent, so we should be able to do a lot of trade volume with you. Let's export tools to you. We're adjacent, yay! Luxury clothes can also export to you. Don't want to export lead. We kind of want to make lead cheap ourselves. Can export glass, I suppose. Just want to mainly do finished goods. Because if the finished goods are cheap, they won't build the finished goods anyways, and we want them to build natural resources to trade to us. So, yeah. And we want to import from them... what? I guess tobacco. They're not making too much of it, though. Fertilizer's kind of cheap, but we actually want fertilizer to be expensive-ish in our market. I guess we're exporting fertilizer to some people, so a little arbitrage action never hurt anyone. TM. Arbitrage is when you just buy something from someone and sell it to someone else. Definitely want to try and get their wood, though. We want wood to be expensive in their market. So when we import it, it makes it more expensive in their market. When it's more expensive in their market, they're more likely to construct it. We'd rather they construct like local goods instead of what's the worst that could happen? Bohemia wants an alliance. Let's see if... Well, we already have a customs union. Looks like Poland is beating Radical Poland, which is kind of what we wanted. We'll say no to that. We do have more authority. Is it from the popularity of our guy, I guess? Because that event? That'll be nicely for this. Okay. Now, let's make some more glass, I guess. Or actually, let's take a quick look here. 13k unemployed, nearly 100k in the capital. Alright. What else did we export to them? Tools, I think, and clothes. You ever been to Bosnia, son? I'm gonna keep making that joke. It's a Blue Mountain State reference. Please, I apologize for my lack of culture. Seems like a nice place. You ever been there? Alright. They did not back down. So we're gonna advance front. We're not gonna raise any new guys. I think we just have these two guys raised. Well, once the war pops, if it pops, I don't think it will. Because there's 75 fearful, so there's turmoil in Bahrain, but they have gold reserves. Maybe it does pop. I think they just allow themselves to be puppeted, and then our next war will probably be Austria in a few months. Alright, how much are we paying in welfare? We gotta keep an eye on that. Pops. Wild. Alright. We're gonna raise the rest of the military. I wish there was a sign all button. Would really improve quality of life. There's not, but this will be great because then the Ottomans won't have claims on any of our territory. Let's get the war goal out of... Actually, let's get them out of the way. Alright, that should work pretty well. Poland's doing well. They're doing work. We'll take on their... We'll absolve the obligation, and then take on their debt. And then invite them to the customs union. Just give them a little bit of help. And then getting Belarus in the customs union should be easy. Just gotta wait for the thing to tick. The customs union expands. Refused. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Running a lot of bankrolls. Which is going to decrease our infamy decrease. We do have to take Beques from them, from Austria. I think it's 20 infamy, so we will be over 25 for a second. Hopefully it's not catastrophic. Let's see how our... I think we lost our... I don't want to really make the coffee myself. Oh, we're now adjacent to Bavaria in our market? Hot. I didn't even realize that. So let's try and get them in our market as well. Yeah. I'm not paying for no parties. Oh, jeez. Yeah, they're getting rolled up. So we will naval invade the other guy now. What did we want to do from you guys? I guess we'll absolve the obligation because they're in the they're not they can't be adjacent, so we'll absolve it right now. We should be able to get another customs union or another obligation. Nice. Okay, so the question is, where do we want to put it? I think I want to put these into Bruges. The reason being, so it's generally a really not profitable business. So if you put it where you're encouraging manufacturing, where labor is really expensive, it usually doesn't do too well. Although the output's bigger, I don't know. All right, what do we want after that? Go arc welding. That wouldn't be terrible. I think just going for battleships or tanks or whatever is probably the way to go. See if there's any of this that we want. Wouldn't hate this. I want to try and deficit spend more often in general, so kind of mess around with it a bit. Actually, maybe this is a little too big a deficit. Don't even know if I want these rural guys in here. That'll cause problems. Of course, don't hate the rural folks just being in there. So I guess I'll just leave it. Let's make sure all of our rural stuff is on auto expand for those. For the capped industries that are just themselves. This is a productive little war though, I think, because if we get the Ottomans in our... Well, actually a big part of wanting to get the Ottomans in was to get the Persians in, but... People are importing from us, which is great. Standard of living's starting to come up. Oil, hell yeah. Which is, of course, pulling the population up. Just getting us more workers. GDP is, like, vertical, basically. probably use some more paper. Why don't we do it? Well, nearly doubling our paper output's probably not correct, but generally the demand for paper is not enormous. Radicals going down, loyalists kind of going up, not very much. Is that occupied? Yeah. Ottomans probably had enough too here. And it's gonna finish just in time for our war with, like, Austria here. Whom I wonder how much it is for infamy for us to puppet. I don't think we can puppet them yet, but it is a question. Not doing the best job of keeping an eye on when we get obligations from people, so... See if we can get Ecuador in our customs union. We can. And we're just going to keep on bankrolling them because we might be able to protectorate them somewhere down the road. We'll just go for Beques. Gonna end one of these. Now we're deficit spending. But I think our credit line is gonna expand faster than the debt, so I don't think it matters. And this will kind of is a way of subsidizing our pops a little bit, in a sense. Also a little bit of an experiment. I'm not sure if it's better. So we do puppet Bahrain. So we will start damaging relations with them so we can annex them easier later. Wait, ooh, what? Hejaz is the next guy? Okay, well I guess we're gonna naval evade Hejaz. Although I think that Hejaz doesn't have any war goals on us. Yeah, so once we enforce on Turkey, we can just capitulate to Hejaz. This Crimean revolts. I guess we could have gotten in on that if we wanted. I forgot we released Crimea. That's what's going on there. Let's check our market prices. Really can't bring these down too much, so we're gonna have to start making some of these ourselves. They are, what is it called? Like, interchangeable. Like, if I build a bunch of coffee, people will consume coffee and they'll consume less tea, so, like, if I build a bunch of one, it affects the price of the others dramatically. But so the problem with building this up is it decreases the amount of sugar we can build, which I think sugar is pretty important too. And then we will, yeah, okay, we don't even have to capitulate. Perfect. I think Kasai will need another one. And now we can go fight Austria for Beques. That'll cost quite a bit of infamy, actually. So maybe we just want to chill. It is cheaper because it's homeland, but it has a lot of pops, I guess. If Austria was not a great power, it would be 20% cheaper. This is why expanding, like, into Europe is, like, not what you want to do, because, like, the malice is like this, where it's... Right, it'd be better for us to, like, vassalize Burma or something, but we're doing this for the purpose of the run, so... but now... We can protectorate a couple of these guys, like this guy, for example. Protectorate Croatia. And stop bankrolling them. Which does accrue us some infamy, but... we protectorate these guys. No, cannot. Slovakia. Yes, can. Bohemia? Close. Not quite. Let's make sure we're not going to go over the infamy limit. Yeah, we are if we protectorate them, so we'll just chill for a little bit. How are we doing in Belarus? Well, we don't mind having a defensive pact with Poland, which is probably how they will pull us in, so we will... Credit the workers. We get an obligation from Belarus. So, but we can't pull Belarus into the customs union because Poland's not in. So once Poland accepts, then we can invite Belarus. Perfect. We got a nice growing little customs union. Om nom nom nom. Eating the Austrians. Okay. Now... I know I'm trying to get some of these guys in. I guess I could start bankrolling Venezuela as well. And then Mexico we're also trying, but Mexico's going to be harder because we don't have an adjacency with them, so they're going to be more reluctant. Let's see, I think that we might be able to declare more interests. Yeah. So opening Japan's market would be an example of something we could do. That I think would, we want to open their market and then get them into our market. So that's something we can do that's productive, that has zero infamy cost. Because right now, we kind of got to wait for this to go down. Well, do we though? Do we? So, just for the sake of the run, what we could do is we could wait until Galicia, Lodomeria will accept our puppeting them. And then puppet them, and then declare war on Austria, and go up to 50 infamy. Or just below 50 infamy, something like this. Should be pretty, it should work. And I don't think anyone will leave our market over just a little bit of infamy. But we won't be able to get anyone new in while we're over 25, generally speaking. So we'll have to say... Oop. Let's do that. We won't be able to get these guys in. Bankroll Kiva. They also have opium. Decisions. there's not too many... Yeah, the productive wars we're going to be able to do is going to be opening people's markets. You ever been to Bosnia, son? How are we keeping the price of stuff? Are we importing guns and then exporting it? Because that would be funny. Yeah, I think we're net importing ammo. This one's inactive. That one's not very productive. These are just super productive because our own ammo production is not super productive. Communist Brunswick wants us to help them. Can we even... This would be an example of a war that's maybe productive, but where is Brunswick? So we can't get to these guys, so we're going to decline. We can't get up front with them. Alright, I was checking to see if if we're importing small arms and cannons. I mean, we can ramp up if we have a shortage, but we actually just had a ton of problems getting it productive. Yeah, we're importing the small arms for the most part. And then people are importing from us. Why don't we cancel this import route? Because I'd rather have some of it be domestic. If possible. Because I know there's a lot of unemployment here anyways. All right. Let's open up their market. And we're going to raise everyone, which is going to be kind of expensive. Now, let's take a look. Are we running shortages of guns? We are not, but they are expensive, but we should be able to ramp up production. Yeah, nowhere near gun shortage. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. And how about you? Now you're cooperative, because you don't have claims on a bunch of our territories, so we'll make a trade agreement with you, and we'll start bankrolling you. And now we have this huge list of countries we're bankrolling, trying to get into our market, but we won't be able to pull anyone into our market if we have over 25 infamy, or it'll be difficult. I think we can pull them in now. Yeah, we can. Make you a protectorate. And we have to start damaging relations and stop bankrolling. Alright, are you a protectorate as well? You are. I think you are not. I forgot we have to damage relations with everyone we're protectorating, because we will want to take them out later. You won't accept. You can't accept. Once you become negative enough, I guess we just take war reps off them as well, if they want to actually have a fight. Now we gotta create a demand for planes here. I think we only have aircraft carriers as well. No, actually, we have this. So let's do the aircraft carriers first. And we have to accept because they're using our obligation. We are running a cool deficit, which we are very okay with for now. Antibiotics is probably good. We're starting to have a large enough pop where I think that our medicine thing will matter a bit. Are they minus 75 fearful? They are. I thought I said Britain joined. Got an obligation from Bavaria. We will just absolve it so that we can invite them to the customs union later. I haven't done the whole Germany forming thing, but I'm wondering... We can't make a play to unite all the states. Something. Well, we could protectorate Persia as well. Japan opens their market. Very nice of you. Let's see what we can do with that. So we're going to export stuff to you, Japan. So we want to pull you into our market. Where's furniture? There it is. And also make our businesses more profitable while we're at it. Fertilizer. What do you have cheap? Probably silk. Yeah, silk, fish, sugar. Sugar's cheap in Japan, what the hell? Why is sugar cheap? Oh, I guess you just don't have the PMs? Fabric, fish, fruit. They all start with F. So that's quite a large volume, and then we can start bankrolling you. I guess maybe we shouldn't be bankrolling Brazil. I'm used to just having such a large economy that we just don't care. I guess maybe we do have a large enough economy that we don't care. Customs union is continuing to grow, which is fueling a lot of our population growth because we get the migrants from various places in the customs union. We get Calatin. So maybe, how much opium is there in the market? One of the problems is we're not producing the opium ourselves, and so it's tough to get enough. turn these PMs on. 400 opium. Would that cause a shortage? I'm guessing it's going to be one of these, like, lower things. It wouldn't cause a shortage, and most of the consumption... Okay, so we'll turn on the first level of first aid. It's going to make our military a little bit weaker for a while. But we're not fighting Austria yet. Or, well, now we actually, like, can't fight Austria yet. Kind of want to open their market. We don't have an adjacent front, though, so we're not going to be able to do that. Let's see. I think all the colonies are done, right? We've colonized everywhere. So we can wind those institutions down. And we gotta fill the construction queue. Don't think it's any of these. Yeah, so we might actually fill it with some agriculture here. Coffee, tea. Wow, you are productive. Industrial boom. Hell yeah, brother. I mean, if we could get Sweden on our market, that'd be sweet. If we declare rivalries, we're starting to use up a lot of our dip flow. I guess we could rival France. We have a defensive pact with them. They probably break it after we do this. We're getting pretty hunky. Alright, we're gonna join Revolutionary Sweden. Viva la Revolution. Because kind of just chilling and looking for productive wars that aren't going to cost any infamy. Looks like our auto queue is picking up some steel, so I guess we will expand that ourselves. Oh, you have so much excess infrastructure, we'll just leave you to it. Italy sides with Sweden. About to have a hot war with Italy. We're not in charge of the war goals, so we don't care, but we will mobilize everyone. Get ready. Oh, looks like we had an admiral die. That's unfortunate. It wasn't our cocaine addict, though, so that's good. Ha, we got a new cocaine addict. Except I think this guy's better. But the cocaine addict is like memes. We'll just do the guy who's good. He's commie too, which we want. Oh, looks like we're gonna have to recruit another admiral. So maybe we will get that cocaine addict after all. Luca? Is this the communist? Oh, hell yeah. He'd be better in government. Because we do want to switch over. Somewhat soon. I feel like... just have such a large investment pool. I want to use it up first. Alright. Well, let's see if we have inefficient tax anywhere. And then yeah. Let's double check that I keep building more rails here. Oh. Gotta close the lens. Are you subsidized? You are. Are you subsidized? You are. Well, he's hurting relations. No, 1.5 billion. Very nice. Is it nice? Alright, we gotta kick up the queue. You know what? Maybe the arms industries, we just set them as for profit so they get better employment. Just realized that actually is a good idea. Privately owned, rather. Alright. They're not backing down like immediately, so we're just gonna move everyone to the front and try and land Italy. Not quite the war we wanted, but I guess maybe the war we deserve. This episode's starting to get a little long, though, I think. Let's take a look. No, we can keep going a little bit. Got a nice deficit. Let's check and see if our tech weekly innovation is at the cap. It is. Just add a couple more just to make sure we stay at it. I think Sicily is the capital, so. Or it usually is when it's formed by two Sicilies. Oh, no, I guess it's Campania. We'll land it there anyways, though. Those tools are almost always good. They're not that good right now, though. What about clothes? Clothes is pretty good. Okay. What about furniture? Also pretty good, but not. Let's get you up to 51. And you have so much extra infrastructure, okay. I'm playing decently. Oh, we have a bunch of extra guys. Oh no, not too much. think I might switch the Danubia HQ over to using planes as well. After this war. Get ourselves a little bit of a landing, and it's looking like it's not looking so good. But this will be progressing nicely. So... Oh, I forgot. This is the spot to land, because there's like no... the conscription center is so small. I forgot that that's the spot. Probably just build more construction. Are we draining the investment pool? We're not even draining the investment pool. Yeah, the investment pool's so much bigger than the net revenue. It's like I want to go communist, but... Our SOL is so high anyways. Yeah, sure. I think you still have a lot of infrastructure. We'll just add a couple though. Close to 2K construction, more than enough for this run's purposes. I don't think I want, well, I don't want to expand it more because then I'd have to slow down the speed at which we're playing. I think in theory, I should still be expanding it here though. Just in practice, I don't want to. Alright, let's see where it has the most peasants, or I don't think, oh, there's still some peasants. I was gonna say, I actually don't think we have any more peasants. But these places can't employ. Capitalists. What if we switch to privately owned? Just right here. Why won't people migrate out here? I guess the trade center is huge, might be the problem. That also might be the problem. That was brought on by the trade center being huge. Getting close to being able to decrease taxes all the way, so maybe we can't go commie. What is this at? So we would not get to 50. The weak point in Italy's defenses is this province, so take a go at it. We got trench. I'm not gonna do too well against the squad. Alright, so let's take a quick look through these guys. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna call it an episode here. So this episode, we've kind of just been mostly chilling, looking for productive wars. We revoked the Ottoman claims. We're trying to pull people into our market. We've actually done a ton of pulling people into our market and protectorating people, so I guess, you know, we're kind of stretching our wings a little bit as the #1 great power in this regard. We also opened up Japan's market so that we can trade with them, so we can eventually get them into our market. We'll absolve the obligation here. But what we're going to do in the interim here is we're just going to go through all this guys we're bankrolling and see if we can do any of the interactions we want to do with them, you know, pulling them into our market, etc. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, or not if you didn't, and have a good one.